And that's a pretty accurate depiction of me in general, I think. And I think a lot of my friends would attest to it too. But predominantly it was because it was already a word, but it was a word that, in my opinion, didn't get used too much, as I've only heard it once or twice in my entire life. So when I went to launch my campaign on social media, I decided to attach myself to that word. And now everyone I know that hears that word automatically thinks of me, which is interesting. Even when you type it into search engines, I come up as a podcast or as a YouTube channel. And I was successful in that. Other people could look at it different ways. You see, there's a way of being a pessimist and still being an optimist, believe it or not. Optimism through pessimism. For example, if you took psychology, you would understand a lot of things about the human mind, predominantly human behavior. Because the mind is a very, very complex, very intricate thing, and people that have chemical imbalances and things that are quote-unquote wrong with their minds is very, very hard to fix as a psychologist. Psychiatrist, perhaps a little easier because you could just prescribe medication. However, that's not the way to fix anything, is it? A psychologist's job is more difficult than other doctors, in my opinion, because first of all, we don't ever get to look at the organ on which we're operating. Only recently they've been looking at brain scans and brain neuropathies, seeing how they function or malfunction, and then approach the problem versus just digging into a box of endless sharp objects and corners. A psychologist's job is difficult because he has to lead you to solve your own issues. Everyone comes into the shrink and says, "Fix me now." But in reality, I can't fix you, sir. You must fix yourself. It's my job to show you how. So, once you understand that, it makes it a little easier. And once you start learning about psychology and the human mind, you will begin to feel less and less disappointed and upset with people in general, because you'll understand why they're doing the things that they're doing. So if someone's insecure and they're always accusing you of things, it's because they're insecure. And maybe sometimes, and if you didn't know that, you would get mad at them. Once you do know the exact reason for their outlashes, their hate speech, their tactics, it's just insecurity and jealousy. If you understand that, you won't be mad. You'll almost laugh at it, because imitation is the most sincere form of flattery, and jealousy is exactly that at its root. They want to imitate you, but they can't, so they're jealous. You'll begin to be happy because you'll understand that human beings aren't capable of much more, or at least some of us anyway. So in a pessimistic way of looking at human beings, you could be an optimism seeker in life. And in fact, you will attain that optimism because you'll understand why everything is happening the way it is. Turn any thinking into happy thinking and add value to all things. That is your duty in this life. And it is my duty to explain that to you. See you soon.